Let's step back in time to a time when bell-bottom jeans were popular and flower power was at its peak. So put on your love beads, turn off your phone, and join us on this nostalgic journey. Whether you lived through the 1960s and 70s or are simply curious about what life was like back then, these 40 vintage photos will captivate you. We will go through the ones that force you to stop at the moments to really enjoy it. So let's dive straight into the video. Brigitte Bardot was the epitome of Parisian chic in 1967. Bardot went on the streets of Paris on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle wearing a classic leather jacket and her signature blonde hair cascading down her back. For decades, Audrey Hepburn's iconic smile has captivated audiences. This image of the Hollywood starlet is a reminder of her timeless beauty and grace. Even today, more than 60 years later, it evokes nostalgia as we recall one of cinema's most beloved stars. Well, look here. Seems like the ladies of the 50s were so naughty. This photo depicts two beautiful women trying to recreate some private bed scenes. The one with a sandal in her hands looks thirsty. What do you think? ABC's female television star lineup was a powerhouse in 1966. Judy Carne lit the screen in Love on a Rooftop with her bubbly energy. These three women influenced the television landscape for many years, inspiring generations of young girls to dream big and be beautiful in their way. The Train Robbers. A 1973 Western Technicolor film starring John Wayne and Anne Margaret featured Anne Margaret in a sultry fun energy. Her performance captivated audiences as she expertly balanced comedy and drama. She also provided insight into the struggles of women in the Wild West. Johnny Cash and George Jones were two of the most beloved figures in Americana in the late 1970s. It's no surprise that fans are still talking about those days. It was an unforgettable period in country music. Today's episode hides some special images to captivate you. This gorgeous woman hides her face, but shows something better as well. Looks like the temperature is rising, isn't it? Frank Sinatra was spotted in the Dodger Stadium stands cheering on his beloved team. In 1977, Sinatra waved his blue and white Dodgers cap. It felt like a homecoming for him and the team. Janet Leigh and Anthony Perkins starred in the seminal psychological thriller Psycho in 1960. These two actors created an unforgettable movie experience with Leigh's strong performance as a determined woman on the run and Perkins' portrayal of an insane motel. In 1973, Cheech and Chong performed on American Bandstand. This appearance was significant in their career because it showcased their distinct sense of humor to the world. The Rebel Rousers 1970 starring Jack Nicholson is an iconic moment in American outlaw biker film history. With his trademark coolness and charisma, Jack injects new life into a role that has been a fan favorite for decades. Karen Valentine and Lloyd Haynes, the beloved stars of ABC's Room 222 from 1969 to 1974, were a dynamic duo who brought joy to millions of viewers. The iconic episode of I Love Lucy featuring Lucille Ball and George Reeves aired in 1957. It is still remembered fondly by many today. This classic scene saw the two stars playing off each other's comedic timing to create an unforgettable moment. Pam's portrayal of Madolyn Smith Osborne in the 1980 classic Urban Cowboy is a timeless and iconic performance. She portrayed a strong-willed woman determined to make her way in the world despite the challenges faced by her. The iconic mugshot of Marilyn Monroe was taken after she was arrested in 1942 for driving too slowly and without a license. The photograph captures Marilyn's beauty, style, and charisma. This mugshot is still admired by fans all over the world. Don't miss this visual feast of old photographs. Explore the gallery right away to discover the magic of the 1960s and 1970s for yourself. So take a seat, unwind, and let the memories come to you. With their roles as Anne-Marie and Donald Hollinger in the hit show The Girl from 1966 to 1971, Marlo Thomas and Ted Bessel established a classic television couple. They collaborated to create a timeless portrait of young love, which inspires audiences today. Michelle Phillips of Mamas and Papas was a well-known musician in 1960s music. Michelle had a distinct voice that blended beautifully with the other members of the band, resulting in timeless classics such as California Dreaming and Monday Monday. In 1964, a young Muhammad Ali was introduced to the world while sitting atop $1 million in cash. Ali was a symbol of strength and courage who used his platform to inspire generations. It's no surprise that Rodney Dangerfield and Elvis Presley were both in Sin City. After all, they were two of the biggest stars of their generation. This meeting of these two icons will undoubtedly go down in history as one of the greatest moments ever witnessed in Las Vegas. Sharon Tate was a vision of beauty and style on the red carpet of the Cannes Film Festival in the 1960s. This moment captured Sharon Tate in all her glory as an actress and fashion icon who left a lasting impression on Hollywood history. In the 1980s, two of the most recognizable blues rock guitarists, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Greg Allman, were legendary figures in their respective genres. This photo shows them at their best, smiling, relaxed, and ready to jam. The Beach Boys were at the top of their game in 1965. The iconic surf rock band's hit song California Girls had just been released and quickly became a summer anthem. The infectious sound of the Beach Boys' music drew fans from all over the world. In 1980, the cast of Taxi was an iconic group of actors who truly brought the show to life. Each character had unique traits and quirks that made them beloved by viewers everywhere. In the 1970s, the cast of MASH was a beloved group of characters who captured the hearts of many viewers. They created an on-screen chemistry that helped them become one of the most successful comedy drama series. Who remembers spending hours poring over the accompanying book, carefully selecting each sticker to place just so? These little pieces of art bring us joy as we remember pasting them into books as kids. Tinker Toys, first introduced in 1914 by Charles Pageau and Robert Petit, have been delighting children for over 100 years. So grab your spools and rods and get ready to build something amazing just like you used to. Oh, the good old days of Mork and Mindy. This iconic American sitcom was a spin-off of Happy Days that aired on ABC from 1978 to 1982. It was full of laughs and heartwarming moments that made us feel like we were part of their wild adventures. The Coneheads, a popular 1970s and 1980s comedy series, starred Jane Curtin, Dan Aykroyd, and Lorraine Newman. The three actors portrayed an alien family from Remulak who had crash-landed on Earth and had to adjust to life here. They delighted generations of viewers with their distinct brand of wit and humor. Angus Young and Bon Scott met in a small diner in Sydney in 1977. It was an unforgettable moment in Australian music history as it marked the start of Angus and Bon's long and successful career with AC/DC. Ann Wilson of Heart takes the stage, ready to perform for a raucous audience, waiting all night for the show to begin. Her voice echoes through the venue as she strums her guitar, returning memories for those who remember when Heart started making music in the early 1970s. Here is yet another collection of stunning old photographs that revive pleasant memories of the past you were unaware of. So let's capture the spirit of this fascinating time. This revolutionary device was one of the first to bring music into cars, allowing drivers to groove to their favorite tunes. So don't miss out. Get your hands on the iconic Panasonic Dashboard Disco today. Mel Brooks' classic comedy Blazing Saddles, 1974, starring Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little, is a timeless reminder of the power of laughter. Their ability to play off each other with perfect timing and delivery explain why this film is still beloved today. The entrance to Disneyland in 1965 was a magical place. The iconic Mickey Mouse statue greeted visitors with open arms, and the aroma of cotton candy filled the air. It was an unforgettable experience that those who were there will never forget. Marty McFly, played by the legendary Michael J. Fox, is one of cinema's most beloved characters. He also had a cool hairstyle with a side part and some 80s bangs. As he stepped into Doc Brown's DeLorean time machine, viewers went to a time of nostalgia and adventure. Betty White was already well known in the entertainment industry in 1955. Betty White has always been able to bring laughter and joy into our lives, from her hilarious roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show to her beloved hosting gig on Saturday Night Live. Fine dining on the side of the road was a unique experience. It brought people from all walks of life together in the 1960s. The menu was simple, but the atmosphere was always welcoming and warm. This picture features the cast of the 1982 classic horror film Poltergeist. Tobe Hooper directed it and Steven Spielberg produced it. It's still one of the most beloved horror films. This statue of Our Lady of Portavaga is carried across Manila Bay in the Philippines every November. The ceremony honors Spanish trade galleons that sailed from 1565 to 1815 between Mexico and the Philippines. The mausoleum in Saudi Arabia was carved into a boulder in the desert during the 1st century AD. The tomb is located on the impressively preserved Hegra Nabatean site. The Ogallala Aquifer in Nebraska will soon receive precipitation thanks to a dramatic storm. The aquifer provides millions of people from South Dakota to the Texas Panhandle with drinking water and irrigation for crops. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this journey. Subscribe to the channel for more such content, and I'll see you in the next video.